I just don't understand. No, I'm too good to you. I'm way too good to you. You take my life away. I just don't understand.
What's up, guys? I'm Kyler Jackson, your 2018 bodybuilding.com spokesmodel and the owner of DedFit Apparel, right here. Bear with me today. I do have a cold, so I'm a little run down, a little casual. I still got to cook, still got to make my meals for the week, and I figured we still have to make content. So today we're actually going to cook up some tri-tip, this grilling vegetable medley with some bell peppers and some fingerling potatoes. We're gonna grill this up on the barbecue, and afterward we'll run through the macros, the cost, and then some pro tips on how to cook your food and how to prep clean meals. I'm using olive oil as a healthy oil source, and a lot of it's going to get cooked off, so you don't necessarily need to worry about the additional calories that you're using as far as like the cooking method goes. But you want to make sure that everything's well oiled so that nothing is sticking to the grill or to the pans or any of that stuff. And so I've divided this. This is a vegetable rack, so it keeps like the little bits of the vegetables and the potatoes and things like that from falling through into the grill. But I've divided it in half so that we can put the potatoes on one side and the vegetables on the other. So I grabbed these vegetable medleys with like zucchini and squash and carrots and all sorts of other good vegetables, because it's just a good, easy way of getting a bunch of different types of vegetables and a bunch of different colored vegetables in one meal, because a lot of people don't realize this, but when it comes to your actual overall health, different colored vegetables have different nutrient properties and different vitamins and minerals and things like that. So if all you're eating all day, every day is green vegetables, you're not actually getting the full spectrum of vitamins and minerals that you need. So I like to just keep it bright and mix it up as much as possible. Next we have these fingerling potatoes. I just really like fingerling potatoes because they're easy to cook, easy to eat, and they taste good. No specific benefit to them over others. So we're gonna grill everything at about 350 to 400, that medium-high range, and then we're just gonna let the vegetables heat up a little bit and start softening. I'm gonna throw some seasoning on there, a little bit more olive oil, just kind of brushing the vegetables and the potatoes. And then the tri-tip, we're gonna cook for about 10 minutes on each side with the cover down. And basically when all is said and done, we're gonna turn off the heat and let the meat sit, because when you finish cooking meat, what a lot of people don't realize is even when you pull it off the grill or when you pull it out of the oven or whatever cooking method you use, it still continues to cook for a few minutes. So it may be like we're aiming for about a 145 internal temperature, but we're not gonna hit the 145 during the cooking process. We're gonna let it kind of keep cooking. I'm gonna probably pull the heat off at about 140. All right, I'm gonna brush the potatoes and vegetables. And for the seasoning, we don't actually have that much, like that large of a potato serving here, so I'm just gonna kind of add to taste, like personal preference. And this seasoning is actually 0 calories, 0 carbs, 0 fat. All macros are just 0 across the board, but it just tastes really good, and it was specifically made with herbs and seasonings that we're all familiar with on potatoes, like garlic herb blend. Now that that's all good to go, I'm gonna throw this tri-tip on. And now, like I said, we're just gonna keep the lid down and let it cook covered for about 10 minutes on each side. So I'll just pull it up, flip it over, and let it finish. So, as far as the actual meal that I'm going to be eating, we need 8 ounces of this tri-tip, 7.42, and then I might have to cut this last little piece. So we only need about half of this guy. 7.63, a little over 8. So that's the full serving of meat that we need for this meal. 6 ounces of the veggies. 6.3 never hurt anybody, right? The vegetables are super low as far as calories and carbs go. Finally, we'll zero that out again. We need the fingerling potatoes. We're doing 3 ounces, which isn't actually gonna be a lot. That's already 1.82. Unfortunately, because these fingerling potatoes are amazing. So 3.22, 2.8, we just need one little tiny piece. 2.94. So here is the final meal. 8 ounces of tri-tip, 3 ounces of fingerling potatoes, 6.2 ounces of, or 6.3 ounces of the grilled veggie mix. So this meal, this plate right here total is 569 calories, 38 grams of carbs, 24 grams of fat, and 50 grams of protein, as you can see. So recently I told you guys in my stories that Lean Meals Kitchen actually caught on fire, unfortunately. And so Stace and I have been actually making our own food and going and eating out a lot more and all that stuff, but we've still been completely sticking to our diets. You've seen us eating at a lot of restaurants, a lot of fast food restaurants, a lot of just normal sit-down restaurants. And to a lot of people that kind of messes with their heads because they kind of freak out, and you wouldn't believe some of the messages we get. Like, oh, you can't eat at McDonald's and still attain your physique goals, or you can't be healthy and eat here, here, here. And I was kind of just having fun with it, like intentionally eating at all of these places and doing what we do in these Flexible Dieting Friday videos anyways, just to kind of show people like you can still be healthy, you can still attain your physique goals. It doesn't really matter where you're getting that from. As far as your long-term health goes, you definitely want to eat more whole sources of foods and better, cleaner sources. But now we're shifting back slowly to actually cooking our own food, as you can see. And we're also going to start working with a new meal prep company until Lean Meals is back on their feet. One pro tip I have for you is if you guys are cooking at home, if you're making your own meals, go to some place like Costco. Go someplace where you can buy like large amounts for lower prices and prep 3 or 4 days in advance. Get 3 or 4 days set up so you know for a fact that for those next 3 or 4 days, you're gonna hit your macros spot on. You're gonna be putting exactly what your body needs into your body, and you're gonna be on track for what you're trying to attain, right? And if you're not exactly sure whether your macros are like right or not yet, if you stay perfectly on track for a week or two, you're going to be able to actually determine like, oh, I need to drop my carbs a little bit, or oh, I need to up my protein, or oh, my body retains more water when I consume this much fat and sodium. Like, you can start making those adjustments for yourself, or your coach is going to be able to make those adjustments for you if you are consistent and you're sticking to it flawlessly like that. So as far as affordability goes, all of this food that I bought will make approximately 3 meals, and it cost $18. So total, this plate right here is about $6. Now, one of the reasons why I like meal prep services personally is just because I don't have very much time. So when you actually calculate out the value of your time, it ends up being more expensive to cook your own food. but meal prep services solve that. So that's the only reason why I always am going through different meal prep services and having my food delivered to the door, is because it saves time, which is money, if that makes sense. So that's pretty much it for today. I hope you guys liked it. I hope this is a meal that you guys are interested in making for yourselves. If you would like to see me cook any other meals or healthy meal recipes, I do plan on doing that in the future, but if you have any suggestions for things you want me to show you, comment below and let me know. As always, comment below with suggestions, recommendations, critiques, any of that stuff. Please subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So we will see you in the next one.
I just don't understand, no, I'm too good to you. I'm way too good.